the negotiation. It's a critical business skill for any leader at any level, but yet none of us, or very few of us, have been trained on it, and we're all dread on it. Hi, I'm Daniel Marcos, and for the last 15 years, I've had the privilege of coaching some of the world's top business leaders. As a CEO coach and as an entrepreneur myself, I've seen firsthand the challenges that leaders face when they don't know how to negotiate, or how much money they're leaving on the table because they really don't know how to negotiate. We need to change that. It truly is a critical skill you cannot avoid. So you're going to need it any day if you want to really scale your business. Negotiating with vendors, clients, with your own team, potential partners, all the time you're doing negotiations. I negotiate hundreds of times every day. So you better learn how to negotiate. And if you want to excel on it and really grow your business. So you better learn how to negotiate if you want to excel and really take your business to the next level. In this video, I will share the 4 tips that have helped me prepare for effective negotiations and really excel at any negotiation. This knowledge I picked from many experts, especially Victoria Medvec, who has quickly become a negotiation expert both in the academic world and the corporate world. So let's get into it. But first, let's understand what an effective negotiation looks like. First, let's put something clear. A negotiation is not a battle. It's not a competition. It's not a conflict with another party. It's a way for you and I to get to an agreement and for both of us to win. So if one has to lose for the other one to win, it's not a negotiation. It's something that you do to someone that is going to be resentful or is going to be mad with you at the end of a negotiation. The ideal negotiation is somewhere where both sides win. You have to create a win-win that both come out satisfied, feeling they got their needs met. So if you really want to have a win-win negotiation, here are some tips that will help you prepare for it. First, it's obvious, you have to prepare. The most important step is you have to spend time before the negotiation, really thinking about the negotiation and having clear objectives of the negotiation. An expert negotiator would never go into a negotiation without preparing. So here are the 3 things you have to prepare before coming to a negotiation. First, what are the multiple issues you want to bring to the table? Don't just come with pricing. If you come with pricing, it will feel like a win-lose. Come with many other things to negotiate, time, capabilities, qualities, everything that you have to negotiate, not just pricing. Second, prepare a script. Really come through it with your mind and prepare a script of what they're going to say when they say you this, how you're going to respond, and really be prepared to have that conversation, that negotiation. And third, understand your goals, your reservation point, and most importantly, the other person's or the other company goals. And here, I learned this from poker. In poker, a lot of people play with their own hand. They say the best players are not working with your hand, are working with the other person's hand. So let me get an example. Imagine I have a pair of aces, and I say, well, my hand is pretty strong, I have a pair of aces. But what if I believe you have a pair of 10s? Or I believe you have a poker of kings? My negotiation is going to be very different. So don't just play with your cards. Play also understanding and assuming what the other person have in the cards, based on how they're playing, how they're moving, how aggressive they are. And let me walk you through how to do that. Second, put an ambitious goal. Whenever I negotiate with an employee, I always ask my team member to put the number first. Whenever I'm negotiating with a client, a supplier, or anyone else, I put the number first. Why? I put a high number that if they believe it's too high, and as an example, they say, well, that's too expensive. My response is, why do you believe it's expensive? And the person that has to bring the logical argument of why the price is not right or why my goal is too ambitious is them, not me. I set the tone. I set the bar when I start the negotiation. So start with the ambitious goal, what you really want. And of course, you're going to have to come down a little bit, but start high with something very, very ambitious. When you do this, you give yourself a lot of room to maneuver, a lot of room to negotiate, and the person's going to be really, really happy if you're able to go down a little bit from your number or conceive in any way for the other person. So really, really important, establish an ambitious goal and put it first in a negotiation. 3, improve your BATNA. So what is a BATNA? It's the best alternative to a negotiated agreement. It's your plan B. If I don't get this, What else can I do? Who else can I buy it from? What other options I have there in the market? And this is super, super powerful. If you come to a negotiation feeling that you could not lose, you lost already. If you say, I could not stand this table or I could not finish the conversation until I get this, then you're done. Because they're gonna figure that out. They're gonna push you to pay a lot of money or accept something you're not willing to accept. So the most important thing before coming to a negotiation is knowing, okay, what's my plan B? If I don't have this, what options are out there in the market? And fourth, establish your reservation point. At what point are you willing to step away from the table? You already know your bata, you already know your alternatives. What's the minimum you're willing to accept to do this agreement? And if you're very clear at one point, once they have crossed that line, you said, hey, you know what? This is not for me. This is not working. I'm going to thank you. I'm going to decline. I'm going to get out. If you don't have that very clear, you're going to accept. And then you're going to get out of the table accepting something you were not happy with. So be very, very clear and say, hey, if I don't get at least this, I'm out. I'm completely out and I'm going to be okay with standing from the table because I understand my bata and my alternatives. So have your bata, have your reservation point, and then come to the table and be willing to have a negotiation, really understand where are you willing to get out of the table and stand up and leave. And fifth, how much are you willing to concede? If you're very, very rigid and you don't let the other person win, there's no good feel it's a negotiation. A negotiation is a negotiation. We are having a conversation. We're trying to get things for both. If you don't allow the other person that you negotiate with to win anything that they ask, then they will not feel happy in a negotiation. So you start with a big number, you have your bata, you have your reservation point, and then you know how much are you willing to concede. Indeed, I've been in negotiations that by the time we're finishing, I have not conceded enough, or I see the person is kind of uncomfortable, but I know how much I'm willing to negotiate. And at the end of the reservation or the negotiation, I come to them and say, hey, you know what? Thank you very much. I think we got to a really good agreement, but I feel you're not that happy. I feel you're a little bit uncomfortable. So let me give you a 2% more discount or give you this extra as a value that in the negotiation, it was clear that it was important to you. So I want them at the end of the negotiation that they say like, wow, I even got a little bit more of what I was expecting. And they're going to get out of the negotiation really, really happy. They're going to stand up. They're going to feel they won. And they're going to be really, really happy with you after the negotiation. So there you have it. Some expert approved tips to help you in any negotiation. How many of them do you know? Have you used them in the past? Is there other negotiations you've used this that they've worked? Please let me your comments below. I would love to hear more from negotiations. What have you done that has worked? So we could really have a dialogue and a conversation, even though this is just a one-way video. By the way, there's a lot more strategies from where this came from. We recently created a mini course of scaling up prepared by my partner and mentor, Ben Harnish. It's an amazing mini course on how to scale your business and take to the next level. This 5-module mini course will help you learn how to build a team that drives results, how to develop a winning strategy, how to master execution in the long term and have everyone aligned, getting your business and your priorities done, and of course, be able to have the cash that you need to be able to scale your business. Get started now and watch your business thrive and go to the next level. This methodology of scaling up is the blueprint of everything we do and how we scale companies. So get started now and understand the blueprint of how to scale any business. And if you are able to scale your business and of course, be able to have better negotiations, you're going to make a lot of money and reduce the drama in your operation. This methodology of scaling up, I've been using it for 25 years as an entrepreneur, and it's been game changer to scale my business. And most importantly, coach a lot of CEOs all over the world. Looking forward to having a conversation. Please watch the video below.